Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. This is the third video of this set. We have found a new area. We've got 60 XP just earned from that. We are going to hit save. Probably going to run into some horrible monsters. Oh, ruins. Ruins work. Ruins are always nice. Orlan's Cradle. Bright sun casts its light on a pattern in the ground. You kneel to get a better look. The stone here has been carved with a few simple shapes. A small circular indentation marks the center. A much larger circle surrounds it. You see what appears to be writing above the two circles. Let's look at the circular indentation. The indentation is shallow and smooth. It looks like it's intended to hold something specific. Several shapes have been carved along the outer ring, though most have been worn away. You can make out a crescent above the center. There. Okay. Examine the writing. Characters are completely foreign to you. No doubt remnants of some long-forgotten language. Wait a while. Wait a few hours, marking the sun's journey across the sky. Nothing. 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 Okay. Okay, we'll have to consider that. Okay, here we go. They are casting something. Probably something druid-like. Okay. Wow, these things hit hard. Okay, let us go ahead and put defenses up.
What?
Oh, there's something here. A rain blight.
This thing isn't doing the job.
Yes. Kick it.
They took out the fox! How dare they hit the fox? The fox is cute. Oh, can't see it. Okay.
Stand.
You're at 2. You're at 1. Okay. You're at 1. I'm gonna hit that. Uh-oh. Hireling payday. Nothing new to report. Oh, we got some money. 1 day, 7 hours.
Certainly.
There's nothing to investigate here? Really? Huh. I'll bet it gets triggered somehow when that, whenever we find what's supposed to go in that circle, I bet this gets triggered. It didn't look all that circular to me. It looked more like pentagonal. These are cliffs. This was Stormwall Gorge or something like that. Sort of just aimlessly wandering, hoping to find something related. Oh, you a... Hear of this. Chewing on a piece of uncooked meat, a small Orlan dressed in tattered leather offers a mumbled greeting and waves his hand. Despite his pleasant smile, and the upper right portion of his face is in a sorry state. An eye patch stitched with a stylized eyeball wraps around his head, and his ear is a mangled remnant that twitches and spasms while the other ear perks up at your approach. Next to him is the splayed carcass of a deer that appears ripped open by a bear or wolf. You hear a gurgling rumble next to you. Sagani places her hand on her stomach. Her eyes are on the carcass, still fresh. Itumak's pink tongue rolls out of his mouth. If this is your deer, you need a new game warden, he smiles. Bits of sinew and tendon dangle from his bloody lips. His one good eye twinkles. Name's Hira Vias. Hungry? I can't eat all of this. Taking a step back, he spreads his arm wide, presenting the carcass to you. First catch of the day. Help yourself. What killed that deer?
One ornery Stelgar. Though looking at the deer's insides, it had a malformed but delicious heart, and would have been dead within the year regardless.
Oh,
Galloway chose a fitting end for this fine animal. Pardon me, I shouldn't pray with my mouth full.
what brings you
Other
here?
than the delicious venison, new trees to document, new animals to sketch, new sights to be seen. I've learned as much as I can from the druids of my circle. I'd rather wander and learn than take root and stagnate. So if you're traveling to Deerwood and need another set of hands, I'd welcome the safety of a group.
Go on.
I'm trained by the celebrants of Hawk and Ivy of the Fisher Crane tribe. I know more than my share of nature magic, and, well, I don't shy away from a good fight. I
can
have
see that.
business with the druids that live near Twin Elms. So long as we find ourselves there eventually, I'm happy to follow along.
You're welcome to join us.
Splendid! It'll be an honor to run with the pack for a change.
Okay, in dialogue. Party management. Who do I want to switch out? I am going to go ahead
Safe travels.
and switch out you with you. Yeah. Okay, available for hire. Okay.
Yeah?
What are you? You are a druid. Okay, and you're one of the
Yes.
Earth Orlan, which are kind of halfling-ish instead of cat people-ish. So we got a druid, halfling druid, and a dwarven ranger, sort of. Settler's Arrow. Springberry. Finding a lot of stuff. Bear of Spell. Been finding a lot of Bear of Spell. I want Pilgrim's Crown. Admis Reart. We don't want to leave here yet. Hello, lions. That hurts. Let's do defenses again. What do you got? Let's do that. Yeah.
Laparu
Peons! Fiery Horlock!
Okay.
Off the word raw! Oh, almost had it.
Ha ha ha. Okay, Elder Lion, Lioness.
Let me try again.
Oh, more lions. I love more lions. Well, he got it off, not in time to save himself. Okay, where's that bouncy thing? Yep. Oh, my character's down again.
Outlaws! Shit!
I got Scott up to alarm you, but I'm slowly dying.
Not so slowly. Okay. Reload. It's going to be forever! I think we're at a little bit of a difficulty spike, which means I need to level up a little bit somewhere. So this aimless wandering isn't so aimless. It's basically grinding for levels. Would be nice if I could have 8 party members, but I can't. Ah. I think 8 party members would really slow down the experience point gain anyway. Wow, it's taking a long time. Oh, please don't crash. Okay, it didn't crash. Okay. Now,
Certainly.
let's keep going. I think we need to explore a different way out of that crossroads place we were in before. What does the map look like on this? So over there is that encounter with those things. Let's see if we can find a smaller encounter. Stormwall Gorge. There's the Deerford Village, which we can get to if we take an action. Well, I'm going to go here because I don't think we're going to the Deerford Village yet. I think we still want to head into town. I think I'm messing around with high-level side quests, and I think what I want to be getting to is the town. I think I took a wrong turn somewhere at Albuquerque. That's not true. It's almost impossible to take a wrong turn at Albuquerque. Albuquerque's a wonderful place. I can't say that too much. I haven't been there very often. I haven't been there recently either. I've been through there quite a bit. We've seen museums there and such like that. So I've come from that. I think we want to come over here. My character is not the best fighter. Aha! We can get there now. Through their sneak attack ability, rogues have the highest weapon damage output of any class. Whenever rogues hit enemies who have afflictions that qualify for sneak attack, they automatically do extra damage. Aha! That is not enough to level. Ooh, what are you? As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained within the essence. You see a ship being tossed in a storm-ravaged sea. The swells rise and fall, carrying the ship with them as if it were a toy. This man stands on deck at the helm of the ship, while water whips around him. The crew moves about frantically, trying to keep the chaos under control. He barks orders at them, pointing where to go, giving each one a task. The men, while still visibly distressed, seem to calm down when they are given their orders. He instructs the helmsman to resume his duties at the wheel and rushes to the aid of a crewman who is struggling with a rope attached to one of the sails. The ship crests a wave, soon going almost vertical in one direction, then immediately again in the other direction. Direction. Several of the crew are thrown from their feet, sliding across the deck as the ship is rocked. As the ship is rocks. Slight editing error there. After the swell passes and the ship returns to relatively normal orientation, the man quickly scans the deck, counting silently. No one has been lost this time, thankfully. He looks in the direction they are headed. Seeing no reprieve from the storm in sight, his jaw squared, his upper lip stiffened, he returns to the helm and takes the wheel again. You're another one, aren't you? Oh, no, I don't want to step back. Here we go. You see a lavishly decorated room, wall hung with tapestries, ornate oil lamps creating a warm, relaxing atmosphere. There are several overstuffed couches covered with silk pillows and an elegant table in the middle of the floor. This woman is seated at the table, sitting across from another woman. They are both well dressed, their style befitting the room they're in. The other woman's hair is blonde, in stark contrast to this woman's black. It's swept up on her head in dramatic style. The women speak in an easy, free tone, obviously familiar with one another. Though they each seem to be comfortable in the other's company, a strange nervousness surrounds the blonde woman's actions. She occasionally betrays herself with a little giggle or stammer, hitching over an easy word as she speaks. Her demeanor swings from friendly to shy and back again with no warning. The woman leans back a little in her chair, stretching lightly. As she finishes her stretch, she gently lays her hand next to the other woman's hand, letting her fingers subtly intertwine. The second woman stops speaking mid-sentence, inhales sharply, and turns red. She does not, however, move her hand. The woman smiles and moves her hand further over the other, holding it. She then stands, moving around the table toward the blonde woman, whose face shows conflicting emotions of terror and lust. She giggles and pulls her hand out from under the other and brings it to her mouth. The red on her face is deepening. The woman stops, looking down at her, eyes sparkling. She reaches out and pulls something from the blonde's hair, letting it fall around her shoulders. Then she leans over, brushing her lips slightly over the blonde woman's cheek, resting her mouth against her ear. As she whispers, her hand moves lightly down the other woman's body to her waist. The blonde shudders and leans into the hand, eyes closing, cheek pressing against the lips, still whispering at her ear. The woman's hand deftly removes a small bag from the other woman's belt and secretes it under her own cloak at the small of her back. Then she gently kisses the other woman's cheek, stands again, the smile never leaving her mouth. You're a little bit of a thief. Okay, so I'm getting the feeling that those messages are written by the backers. Might be why they're a little bit the what do you call it, editing sometimes isn't as good. Here's another one. You see this one's short. You see a flurry of matted white hair and incandescent freeze-fire staffs before you see the man, cold and wild. He chews a wizened apple slowly, discharging spell after spell into the jumble of villagers screeching their way towards him. Cold flame vents from his nose, and apple seeds shoot from out the side of his mouth as he saunters forward, ignoring arrows and curses alike. A deliberate twist of his staff and a bullet of force glides through the torso of one assailant and another. A roar blisters his throat as he launches himself into their midst, tearing into their essence with his staff, and pleading hand reaches towards him and quickly falls, ignored. Silence takes hold as the tattered man gathers his prize. A basket of fresh pears. He hums as he eats. You're a little bit psychotic. Commoner. Let's see if I can talk to the commoner. If you need inn for the night, Goose and Fox is the softest beds and the best ale. Welcome to Defiance Bay, but watch yourself in our city, understand? Awesome. Copper Lane. 15 minutes. Again, rogues have the highest sneak attack, have the highest weapon damage output of any class due to their sneak attack ability. We just talked about that. Perhaps I should wander around and just explore all the different parts of the
Defiance
city.
Bay. The city at the heart of the Deerwoods Revolution now seems on the brink of another. Refugees line the streets, homeless and hungry, displaced by Whiteone's legacy, hoping for relief within the city walls, and finding none. Dissidents congregate to protest and to heckle, calling for an end to animancy and the ouster of their duke. The city's militiamen cast fearful looks as they patrol the streets, their hands trembling at the hilts of their weapons. The capital of a country that had not long ago incinerated a god now appears to be a spark away from sharing the deity's fate.
Yep. I'm not going to replay it. New area opened. It's still not enough. Hey, there's
Defiance Bay. If ever there was a dry field in need of a cleansing flame, you have found it.
Hey, Whiteleaf. These animancers have brought divine wrath upon us all.
How do you do?
Rowan's arms across, his mouth set in a grim frown as he watches the gathered protesters. New in town, eh? You picked an interesting time to visit Defiance Bay. All these refugees fleeing the frontier and finding the legacies no better here. It's the Animancers, Magron, scorch 'em. And they nest in this city like rats. You mark my words, though, us dozens are going to put a stop to it. What are you doing out here? Trying to get folk to see reason. We're in the midst of a crisis, and instead of purging the nefarious forces from our city, the Duke is granting Animancers dangerous liberties. What do you know about Animancy? It's the study and manipulation of essence, which any sane person will tell you is the purview of the gods. The Adrians, at least, had the sense to outlaw it, which is the only good thing you can say about them. It's not like magic chanting or the soul reading those ciphers do. It's been around since ancient Ingwithan times. Which is why you'll see Animancers tinkering with old Ingwithan artifacts. Blah, 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 blah. Trouble is, the Animancers got no idea what half those artifacts actually do. Not that they'll admit it. Our empathetic friend here is correct at least about one thing at least. Tell me about the dozens. We are organized and interested citizens who want to free Defiance Bay from dangerous influence of Animancers and the tyranny of the aristocrats who support them. We also consider ourselves a militia of sorts, seeing as the Crucible Knights are a little more than a flock of preening nobles in training these days. Just like a militia, the dozens, except for the training, and the discipline, and the code of honor. And we're always looking to expand. The more people see things our way, the better for the state of our country. Hello, Trump. You have any interest in hearing more? Stop by Admef's Den sometime. The Expedition Hall. A lot of free thinkers in there. Can set straight all the nonsense the nobles and the Animancers want you to believe. Might even be some paid work there for motivated types. I don't know enough about the Animancers in this game yet to know whether they're bad or good. I tend to think that the bad stuff going on is older. Then again, he just said the Animancers is fairly old. This is the capital of the free Palatinate of the Deerwood. We started out as the capital of an Adrian colony, but we booted the Placid Scepter from these lands 150 years ago. These days, we're a major port receiving trade and visitors from all over the world. But we, some of us anyway, strive to hold on to the pioneering spirit that earned us our freedom a century and a half ago. The city is divided into 5 districts: Copper Lane, First Fires, Andra's Gift, Brackenbury, and Heritage Hill. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and switch to a new video. See you in a little bit.